Have you ever priced oversized artwork? It can run $300, $500, even up to $1,000 just for a piece of artwork. But what if I told you you can make your own DIY oversized artwork for around $45? It's lightweight, easy to change out, and completely customizable, and you don't have to be an artist to do it. Let me show you how.
I started off by finding this custom tapestry on Amazon. I ordered the 80-inch by 60-inch, which is huge, and it was only $19.89, and it cost about $8 to get it shipped, which is still amazing for the size artwork that you're going to get. It's completely customizable. So what I did was I took a picture of our family that we had taken on a snow day, and I had it printed on ours. My son, he made an AI art print that he loved, and we have it hanging on his wall in his room. You could do, a picture of your favorite vacation spot, whatever you would like to do. This is totally customizable. And when you go to check out, it will tell you to upload your image, and it walks you through step by step how to send the picture or the artwork to them for them to print your image for you. It takes about maybe a week or two to get it back, but even still, it's totally worth it because the price is amazing. So next we went to Home Depot. For the 80 by 60, like I said, it is really a huge print. And so I had to have, I believe, 5 of the 1x2 boards. They're 8 feet long each, and they were $1.42 each. That's crazy. So you have very little invested in your frame. Next, I went and got these corner brackets, and you just need 1 pack of them. They are $3.47 at our Home Depot, and we only used 4 of these. Next, you will want one of these T-plates. We got the 3-inch one, and it comes with 2 in the pack, which is perfect because that's exactly what you need. $3.67, and that wraps up all the supplies you need to make this little project. And this is what it turned out like. I was so impressed with the quality of it. It wasn't crazy pixelated, anything like that, especially with it being such a large image. I was so very, very pleased with it. It has a soft feeling. The texture on it's really nice. So I was very pleased with it. Once you get your boards home, I just simply laid my tapestry out and then laid my boards down to get a feel for the length that it needed to be so that I could go take it and cut it. To find the vertical length of your board, I had to take my tapestry and wrap it around the bottom to see about how far up the tapestry that my horizontal part of my frame was going to be. So right here I'm measuring, so it ended up being about 3.5 inches from the top and 3.5 inches from the bottom of the tapestry. So for my tapestry, it was 60 inches vertically. So when I subtracted the 7 inches off of it, that meant that my vertical pieces of wood needed to be 53 inches. Next, you just cut your boards to the length that you just measured, and you don't need a chop saw. You can absolutely take a handsaw and do this. It would work just as good because you're just making a simple straight cut. Next, I brought it all back inside and began to lay it out like little puzzle pieces. You're going to definitely want to make sure that you have that third piece in the middle to be your support for the middle of your frame so that it doesn't arch and bend over time.
If you're enjoying today's video, would you please smash the like button or the subscribe button? It would mean the world to us. Back to it.
Next, you're going to start with the little corner braces. And I began taking them and putting them in the corners here. To start off with, I just simply used screws and the screws that came with it. But it was hard to get it into the wood. I ended up going ahead and getting a drill bit and making a little hole to put the screw in, and it really did make it go a lot easier. You'll see that here in just a minute. After a little bit of frustration, I ended up just holding my bracket up there, taking a pencil, marking where the holes would be. Then I took my drill bit here, and it's just a small drill bit, and I just made a little pilot hole, and it helped the screw go in so much better. And you don't have to do it, but it really did save me a lot of headache. Next, you're just going to do that to all 4 corners until you have all 4 corners done. Next, you're going to work on the center bracket, and I did learn that you want it to go not like this, but like this on your frame. If you do it the other way, once you put your tapestry on it, you can actually see the wood through it, so it definitely does better to lay it this way. Just find the center of your horizontal piece and take your T that we bought, this right here, the T plate. You're just going to take that and screw your centerpiece in there. And then you're going to do the same thing to the bottom. So you'll do the top and bottom the same way for your center support bracket. Next, you wouldn't have to do this part, but I wanted to make mine where I could change the print out from time to time. So like in the summer, I may not want my winter picture up there. So I bought these large rolls of Velcro on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to do yours like this. Again, this is not necessary. You could just take it and take a staple gun and staple your tapestry onto the frame, but I just wanted to make mine where I could remove it and put a new picture on, or come next winter, if I want to put this one back up, I can do that again. So I just took my Velcro and I began to tape it. The Velcro comes with a really sticky back on it. And so all you have to do is just take the sticky, the paper off of it and just begin to work it along the edge of the inside edge of your frame. And again, you would not have to do this. If you just want to staple yours, you could just skip past this part and go on and just take a staple gun and staple it onto your frame. I've done that also, and it works great. Now, because I'm doing the Velcro, I'm going to lay my tapestry out again, and I'm going to attach the other side of the Velcro to my tapestry. Again, if you don't want to do this, all you have to do is lay your tapestry out and fold it around and staple it to your wood. After you get that done, you're going to take your frame and lay your frame on top of your tapestry. After that, you just fold it around and attach the Velcro. I did discover that it's nice to keep it as tight as you can as you go along so that you keep the wrinkles out of it. So pull it as tight as you can as you work your way around it. But if you mess up, it's Velcro, just undo it and start all over again. The corners were a little bit of a beast, and I never fully got it great. I just got it to where it was good enough. I will say, if you're using a staple gun for this part at the corners, it does make it easier if you're using a staple gun at the corners. The Velcro did make it a little bit harder at the corner, but all in all, it still turned out looking good. Next, I just put 2 screws in the wall and hung it on the wall. It is so lightweight. Honestly, I believe that this would even work for a dorm room, or if you're renting and you can't put holes in the wall. I truly believe that you could probably get one of the heavy duty command strip hooks, and I think it would hold this because it is so lightweight. So if you needed an option like that, I do believe that it would work. I've never tried it, but I truly do believe that it would work because it's so light. There you go, your very own oversized wall art that didn't break the bank. If you enjoyed this video, I think you might like this one. Have a great day.